Hello, hello. So, this is a rear axle. You know, why would I comment on it? I mean, it's vintage. You know, it's from the basically the same axle that you can see in the what's the red supercar from 1989. I don't know. You know, but as you can see, everybody, we have a nice, clean white desk. It's not new. Basically, what I did, I have two desks. Basically, I have two desks joined here in the middle, and this is the desk that was previously here. So basically, I switched both desks by 180 degrees. So you can see here in the back, we have the bad part. Yeah, the tables have turned. Yeah, like literally. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it is a very much improved work area. I must admit. I mean, I have postponed this for way too long. No more scuff marks. So yeah. Anyway, uh, the charger building instructions are online, as I posted the link. So everybody who wants them, they're there. All the money is gonna finance our little project here, of course. So yeah, enjoy them. And if there's any problems with the download or ordering, or later when you have them with anything, just ask. We're always there to answer questions. So um, today's theme is gonna be locks. Basically, the hood and the trunk latch. Yeah, I know, boring, but it's very satisfying once they work. So first, we have a lock that Christian made. Just adjust this a little bit, and that we are going to use for. Come on. That we are going to use for the hood. Let's see if I can. I need a new stand here for the camera. Definitely, this is crap. This stand here is such crap. But yeah. Okay. So let me show you what Christian did. So we have basically a lock consisting of, well, a latch part, I guess, and we have a spring here. I mean, a rubber band, whatever, like this. It's maybe too tight. Yeah, it's fine. So we come in, and it locks. We unlock it by, we're gonna have reach under the bumper and gonna unlock it. And then we're gonna have like a spring or something that's gonna, when we unlock it, that's gonna push it up. Nothing major. I mean, nothing major. I like it very much. It's very simple. This part here probably saved the day. And you know, I'm impressed. I mean, it's nice. Very simple, light, not parts intensive. And we're gonna have, you know, just something like probably some another rubber band thing that's gonna just push the whole hood up when the lock is released, and that's it. Basically, like in the real car. So perfect. But the theme of today's stream is gonna be, of course, the rear latch. As we know, and I have a few ideas here. The latch on the real Sierra is in the hatch. So basically, you push a button here, and then the hatch can open, and the button is in the hatch, of course, in this panel here. Okay, so we need to make sure that everything fits, you know, inside of here. Okay, but there's another challenge, of course. The other challenge is that we need, you know, we need like a button that we basically a button that we press in, and it disengages the lock, and the button needs to, of course, come out again, so that you know, it needs to be just click and spring loaded out. Now I have many thoughts about this, and one of my thoughts was, you see, in this case, let's bring you back in. The latch is not gonna be in the perfect center of things. However, see, our button would at the same time be the axle. So basically, this is gonna be our button, and the button is gonna be in the center of the hood, of the rear hatch. So we press it, and you know, things here in the back happen. At the same time, the latch is allowed to pivot around our button. Let's call it a button. And of course, we would have something in the back here that would prevent this from swinging open. But when the button is pressed, that something pushes up a little bit and allows this to turn. Okay, so I have a few ideas how we could achieve this. There are simple ways, there are less simple ways. Let's see if the simple way that I have in mind may provide the solution. Somehow I doubt it, but you never know. Let me just find the part. Okay, maybe we can use this part. So one of the ideas would be to get a bigger axle. To do it somehow, you know, like this, and then this would, yeah, but this would need to be shaped differently. You know, my idea was, of course, that this guy would sit here, Let's say like this. And of course the latch wouldn't be able to open, but you push it up and it opens. Well, this may even work. So this guy is under locked under with a spring. You open it, see, the latch can open. However, it pushes it down, which I don't know, it's not that great, I guess. You know, if this was under a spring, it would push it down immediately. But maybe if we use a spring for the latch as well, because we need to. I mean, the latch needs a spring on its own. Then maybe. And this guy, of course, here, when you push it up, there is gonna be a lever here, and the lever here is gonna basically be positioned so that when we push this axle in, the axle acts on the lever and pushes this up, and then this can spring open. This would be one of my ideas. I did not count on the fact that this guy pushes it down like this. But I guess if we maybe use just this, it wouldn't happen. I mean, we need to try it. Yeah, but this pushes it down. This pushes it down as well. Yeah, just because of the nature of things here. Interesting. What if we did this slightly differently? Okay, obviously we need to have when we're doing this, we need to have a pivot support here, of course, like this, so that the disc can rotate normally, and then whatever actuator we have is gonna be present here. And since this is 1, 2, 3, 4, we're gonna use an axle with stop, of course, so that it cannot move out, but it can move in. That would be great. Okay, so now that when we open this up, it can still do its thing, and yeah, okay. So now I would modify this so that it cannot do this, cannot press down on this like that. And for this, it's simpler than we think. We just need to modify this so it goes 1 over, and then this can push on this. Yeah, I know it sounds complicated, but let me finish. I hope this is going to be viable, but you know, please do comment if I'm talking bullshit. Just proof of concept. So basically this guy here would be the, you know, the lever, I guess you could call it like that. And then we would have, you know, this guy here. Here we would have something, you know, like this. Like this. That would stop. And maybe, just maybe. The problem is gonna be here, because here we would need one of these, but it would need to have an axle hole on both ends if we wanted this to be actuated by a spring. Hmm. No, I'm not a student. So basically, see, we would need something like that. Mm. Okay, so let's see. Ah, yeah, okay, but the problem is here. Okay. We can't have this the way I want it, because this, of course, is gonna interfere with this, and this part here, of course, represents the trunk lid. So we cannot go any higher than this. But technically we can. Wait. Technically we can. Technically we could, and we can make use of the natural properties of this part. Come on, because it has a hole in here. I'll just leave this here because we basically need it anyway to design this. And so this is the center. There's the center. And we have our guy, yeah, well, in the center, obviously, like here. Then we need, well, this is gonna be a little more difficult with this setup, but we need a center support here. Cannot use this hole because a lift arm doesn't fit in here. We need to use basically this. But we're not even gonna use this because this is gonna put us at a big disadvantage. So we need to construct basically a support for it on both of these, because obviously we don't want to use these too much, simply because they won't have holes because they are the back part of our hatch, so they're gonna be smooth. That this complicates things a little bit, of course. So two. No, we're gonna go with one. For now. We might need a bunch of these. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, things usually when you go a little bit more advanced, things become complicated pretty very fast, I would say. Mm, okay. So obviously we need to make here, we do need to make a support on this side for this axle so that the lock stays in place. But of course, we need to make something that's gonna block this from rotating this way, and that's gonna be engaged by this uh, when we press on the axle. I'll put this in so that we don't get confused, but this axle now. And of course, we must not use any of this back plate. Hmm. You know, I even thought about using parts like this for the latch, but somehow, you know, it's not really viable. I mean, the other option would be, for example, the other option would be that we block this guy here from going down. Here we could, you know, you can jam whatever you want in here, so it cannot move down, and then you put it up, it moves down, and when this is of course under a slight spring, and then when it moves up, tick, it springs in. So either it blocks it from this side or from this side, one of the methods. And the thing is that basically uh, latches on cars work exactly the same way. They basically have a rotating part and then something that blocks it from opening when it's latched, and then that rotating part is unlatched with, you know, something unjamming it. It's that simple. All the new cars and whatnot, doesn't matter what kind of expensive car it is, the latches are basic. The basic design is this, because it's simple and reliable, you know, and small. You can make these in real cars really small and cheap. What do you mean modified details? I don't quite understand what you mean by that. I mean, I don't really care which side it opens as long as we can block it on one side. Which lift arm do you mean? Wait, wait. We can do this simpler. Okay. Just got an idea. What if we place it here? What I wanted to place back there, and we have it like this. No, we can use. Let's use this one. It's gonna roll easier. Yeah, I'm aware at the moment that we're not gonna use this, but just go with me. Just need to make the mechanism first, and then we're gonna make it proper. Okay, so if we do this, this guy now cannot affect this, even though it's pressing down. There we go, and it's blocking it. That would be the solution. Of course, now we need to make this part here so that this guy here can push on it. That's the other problem. Builder Q, we have a Discord. Yeah, we have a Discord. You can find the link to the Discord in every video, every stream video on the channel. Basically, at least the last 10 videos all have the Discord link in the description of the video. And Galaxy Fame, we are doing the trunk lock today. Basically, something that's relatively simple. I mean, it's a very necessary item. So this would be acceptable. Only that we have to make a bridge here so that this guy here can push on it. Yeah. Not really often. I mean, in the streams here, we basically don't modify parts. I mean, only when it's really necessary. But I mean, the Charger is completely with unmodified parts. This here, the Sierra, is gonna have like only the wheel hubs and I modified the front struts, but even the front struts, I'm not sure. Maybe we are gonna make the front struts differently, not the way they are now, but we may revisit them because I think they are going to be too stiff. The springs, I did not anticipate that the car is going to be so light, and the struts as they are now, I think they are going to be too stiff. So we're gonna have to change springs for something softer. Oh, you mean like that? Okay, so that basically we wouldn't have it pivoting. Rather, we would have it basically. We would basically have it go full out. So like on we would slide it out. Okay, that's an option, I guess. Yeah, that's an option. That's an option. Let's see if this is viable. I'm not really sure. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Okay. So basically what Christian suggested would be this. So obviously this guy here is gonna need, you know, yeah, but no, that's not good because it jams itself. That's not a good solution. No, I don't like it. Still prefer this option. We need to make some special thing with this. Doesn't have to be, I mean, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this we need 3 studs here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, this edge here, we have only 2 studs to work with. So this edge here is already where the top part of the rear valence comes in. That's what we have to keep in mind. But yeah, okay. So my idea here would be we use this. Okay. And okay. Ah. Yeah, okay. And now we can, well, build this. This is just a prototype, of course. Just a proof of concept. Just a proof of concept so that we know if it works at all. So I'm gonna use again the whole grid back then, even though we're not gonna use it once we're done. I wanna see if this is even viable. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It works. Basically, I press this. This unlocks it. It can move down. And then when it locks itself, come on, there. Now it's locked. Yeah, Christian, do build it, please. I mean, but of course, this gives us the feature that we have the button here in the rear. So we press the button here. Ah, yeah, of course. Of course. That happens when you use like axles and pinholes, but you know, I just used it for temporary stuff. So this thing here has a disadvantage that if we look at it from the perspective of when the hatch is closed or open, this is here, but I'm okay with that, since this needs to happen anyway, and then it's gonna lock itself. Come on, work with me here. Okay. Camera focus, please. Oh god, okay. Yeah. So that's one of the ideas. Absolutely, we need this feature, but the mechanism, how we achieve this, can be different. That's the mechanism that I personally see at the moment to be what works. But Christian, of course, is gonna build something else. He's been very creative, and I like his ideas. So maybe one idea, of course, would be that we have something that's sliding, I guess. Sliding mechanism, again actuated by this. That would maybe work on this side, not on that side. So maybe we would block this guy here. I mean, we had in the charger we had a similar thing, but we blocked I think the yeah, we blocked the lower part because the whole mechanism was basically turned on its head, and this was an option. But here here I don't think so. It's not the same situation, and we cannot do the same trick as in the charger, which is good. I mean, that means that we can experiment, and that it's not like with Lego, where every single model has every single mechanism basically the same as we've seen thousands of times before. I mean, some mechanisms, of course, when they work, but and you don't really change them. But I think we have some variety here at our disposal. Okay, one idea I was exploring as well, I think, was blocking it on this side, and then doing this and this, something like that. Again, but yeah, I'm not waiting for you. I'm experimenting with my own thoughts. I know I mean, usually when you experiment with things that we do here, it takes, you try something, doesn't work, and sometimes you go in circles for hours before something turns out. But what we need to understand here, what's actually going to happen when the trunk is locking, of course. You see, this is the latch that goes that's in the trunk, basically, and then the latch comes up to here, and then our mechanism here locks it in place, so it cannot, you see, so it cannot escape. And then we unlock it, and it can escape. Episcope high. And this is our goal here. So basically, we need to prevent this from escaping out. just like we did with the hood latch, but we have a lot less room here to do the same trick as with the hood latch. So the charger has a similar thing, but it's in reverse basically. In the charger, the mechanism is in the in the rear valance, and the latch is in the trunk, basically in the what's it called, in the, yeah, in the trunk, no, in the Jesus, I'm in, well, it's the the boot latch, no, the boot hatch, I don't know. Well, anyway, it comes down and locks in place. Here we have the reverse because the mechanism itself here is in the well, in the rear hatch. Yeah, in the rear hatch. And this is stationary, so it comes down on it. But of course, our size limitations will force us to, not just size limitations, of course, we have this to contend with as well. All of our limitations are going to force us to, experiment. First, proof of concept, and then making it into something that can be built into the car. How? I don't know, but it's gonna happen. Because let's make this. So essentially, what's gonna happen here? Maybe this gives us some more ideas. This is gonna be the rear hatch, essentially. Okay, so this is it viewed from the rear. Okay, and now here we have our button. We press it and the hatch opens. And this is it from the inside. So what we're dealing with here is this. See, we don't have a lot of room. This is all we have to work with. And into this we have to build, well, pretty much everything. This is gonna be our lock. Obviously we can experiment with this. This can be made into some, well, let's see. It can be, well, it can be helpful. See, we can turn it like this. Turn it like this, and then we can use the pin here to provide us with some mounting options for something. Okay, this approach here is not going to be successful because we cannot open it. So we can do this. Yeah, okay. Here I wish I had something that's gonna prevent this from going there. That shouldn't be a problem. This kind of works. But we need to use this opportunity. Because we need a spring. We need a spring that's gonna be like pulling this up. No, up. It's gonna pull it down, of course. The spring is gonna pull it down. Yeah. It's gonna pull it down. It's here, it locks in this position, but we need to make a lock that does this. Wait a minute. So if we push this up, it would go. It could go this way. Okay. Then if we use something else here, what? Something around. It would block it. I don't know. Maybe this. Wait, what do we need here? We need this guy. Okay. Yeah, but it doesn't make for a terribly good latch here. It does allow it to pivot. But it's not very good. Ideally, we would have this guy here, because it can pivot without problems. But then this is the problem. Yeah. I mean, the problem is here. Or is it? No, it's not a problem. Okay. Wait, now we need 1, 2. 1, 2. Like this. Okay. Okay. The problem is when this guy here pushes in, this is gonna happen. And I want it to be the other way. I want it to go the opposite way. Crap. But what if we do this? What if... Bruh. Again. Come on, wait. Here it is. Wait for it. Ah, of course. Yeah. Stupid me. This is not gonna work. Come on, people, try to help me a little bit. This is driving me crazy, to be honest. And you know, this is one of the parts that that we really need, because once this is done, we can finish the rear end of the car, including the bumper and everything, and move to the front. Because the front, as we shown before, the front latch is good. See, let's a little bit more attention. The front is good. But it's way too big for what we have here. So the front latch is gonna be nice. Unfortunately, of course, we cannot use this in the rear because of size constraints. Yeah, we're making flashbacks from charger streams. Yeah, you'd be right. I mean, essentially, every time when we get to this point in the car, you know, this happens. But you know, if you look at it as something that someone would post in a behind the scenes video, you know, this is what happens every time you are presented with, oh, that's a brilliant mechanism. Nobody shows that the person designing it was like hours just, you know, looking at this thing and thinking, oh my god, this is never gonna work, and going through iterations and iterations of something before before a solution emerges, basically, you know. Also, the charger instructions are online, just so you know, if anybody has missed it, I posted the link in Discord, on the Facebook page, and of course, if you go to lppower.com, you can download the instruction. I mean, not download. You can order them there, and then I'm gonna send you the download link. That's how it works, because my my store needs updating, and basically I need to make a new one, and the current one just doesn't support downloadable links like that. And yeah. Hmm. This is quite a pickle, I would say. This would be ideal. It's just it's just basically having problems because the axle is not supported properly, but it's gonna be a no issue once, I mean, if we manage to do it. Hmm. Mm, 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 mm. I'm just going through the possible alternatives in my mind. But if anybody else has ideas, please do share them. That's why we are here. Okay, maybe we need to change the approach here entirely. That would probably also be an option. I mean, entirely. I mean, basically this part here, probably the way we do it. I somehow don't think that this mechanism here is gonna be transferable to this. Not in this form. But we can look at it. It's very simple actually. It's a latch and this. But there is no depth, no room for this. Um, the Mustang had a very stupid mechanism. I can make you a picture of it. Or I mean, I have pictures of it, plenty, but not right here. And the Mustang mechanism is way too big for this. It's not gonna fit. To be honest, I actually forgot how it looks. Like, let me make a picture. Or basically, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. You see, basically what's happening here is that this is the latch, and unlock it. But I don't have anything in the rear in the Mustang. There's nothing. There's no latching mechanism here. It just closes. The joys of old Lego bricks that don't hold well together anymore. Everything falls apart constantly. Oh. There. Well, the Mustang approach actually got me thinking. And no, the Mustang never had any latch in the rear. Never, ever. There was no first version of a latch. I mean, I have a latch in the door, of course. So in the Mustang door, we have this. Basically. Basically, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, but in the rear there was never a latch. The Charger is actually the first car that has of mine that has a latch in the rear. Okay. Okay. Well, I got nothing as well. I mean, my mind is blank at the moment. I'm pretty sure that a very cute little mechanism can be built here. I'm confident that we can do it. Um, but you know, when designing stuff like this, uh, sometimes it's best to you know try many different things. I'm now so so fixed on this solution that when Christian designed this, I was like, okay, wow, this is strange. uh, on the pictures it didn't look promising, but I built it and I love it. It's brilliant. uh, it's things like these. And I'm pretty sure that here in the rear, you know we need to think out of the box. So maybe we should do the entire approach to the latch a little bit different. Because I initially I wanted to do the same that we have on the doors, but with the gears. But the problem here is that it would take up, well, not that much room. But the problem is that the tongue that goes in there is gonna have to be um, too long. That's the problem. We could have, for example, we could have mm, and of course there's no way. I have no idea how to then unlock it, of course, with the. Okay, let's leave this because I have then no idea how to unlock it with a single press in. I really want this feature. I want exactly what we had here, so that it's the rear hatch, and you press in this, and the whole thing unlocks. And it's a great deal of satisfaction when you finally, after struggles and everything, design a mechanism that accomplishes exactly this. And keep in mind that our mechanism is allowed to take up the entire space here. We can use all of it. There's no problem. We can even use more on the sides. Doesn't matter. Uh, because the rear hatch, you know, the rear hatch is like this, and we have, uh, oh come on, we have the entirety of this space, you know. So yeah, okay, I used a lift on that's too long, but you see, this is what we're going for, and then the button, press it in, and the hatch can unlock. and for exactly this this reason, I think this approach would be very cute, because we combine the axle is at the same time the pivot point for the pin, I mean for the locking latch, and at the same time our unlocking mechanism. And I'm pretty sure the solution here is staring us in the face. It's probably gonna be extremely simple once we see it. Because when this presses up, whatever axle is gonna be here. Come on. Where are you? Now let's take these two. It's just, so if we would have a mechanism like this, for example, just gonna use this here, because otherwise we're gonna just suffer. Okay. So if we have a mechanism like this, of course, this is not gonna work, because when we push on this guy here, this goes in the wrong direction. See, it goes in the wrong direction. It should go in the other direction. So I don't know. It can be something different than this. I mean, we can have, at the end of it, we can have, this guy and doing something else, but the essential part of unlocking should be us pushing this in. And we have two options, of course. We can lock it so that we can jam it here so that it doesn't go down, or we jam it here to prevent it from going up. Either way, it's gonna be locked, so we can choose both sides. I mean, one of the sides, but we can use both if to consider our options. But I mean, on this side, of course, we could get away with basically. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay. Now we come with this. It opens. Then it closes. Please do. just come to our Discord. Oh, that's also your solution. Okay, yeah. I mean, that would be an option. No, that would be an option. Basically, the only thing that we need to do now is preventing this from going back. Shouldn't be a problem with we can basically here do something with this. Not a problem. Okay, very good. Of course, this entire thing here would be one stud further away from it, because we need to make sure that this guy here has a support. But that's the general idea, of course. That's the general idea. Okay, springs. Obviously, this guy here needs to be pressed down, like this. And if we increase the distance here by one stud, then we have a good lever to basically put a spring on this. This is gonna rotate 90 degrees, and then the spring is gonna pull it close to this. So that's not a problem. And for this, I have no idea yet. Basically, what needs to happen is once we release this mechanism, this guy needs to pop down. That should be a default setting, and then it gets locked, so it cannot pop down. And immediately as we release this, he can be pulled down again. So let's first I have an idea for this, but let's first make sure that this is one stud further away, and then we'll see if something emerges here. So basically, we're still, of course, in the mock-up phase. This is only us fooling around. Nothing concrete yet. Okay. Now with this guy here. Now the big question is, how do we create a support for this here? Okay, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I do it. I think. Mm-hmm. So 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. And we have what? 1, 2, 4. Okay. Doesn't need much, of course. Just a little bit. Hey Ben. What? I did. Can you imagine? Incredible, right? Ah, the other way around. Okay. So, see, now we have our support. That is not, the support, of course, is not in the way of the latch. That's gonna be, I see, it's latching. Okay. Now we just need to place the springs that are gonna allow this happen, and we're golden. Okay. So obviously this guy here needs to be turned like that in order to work. Okay. Hey Marco. Okay. So obviously we can do something with this to pull. See, to pull this guy in. No problem. Something. This shouldn't be a problem. However, now we need to make sure that this guy can go like this. This is probably gonna be the bigger challenge. How do we make sure that this guy is being pulled down? We're building the trunk latch. So from the outside, you can see only this, and inside we have like a cluster fiber. my initial idea was that we would route the rubber band, see, around this, the support for this, around it, and somewhere, and attach it somewhere here. Then this would happen, but we can't, and we don't have any real room on top to do anything. We don't really have room on top because there's already the panel. So this guy is not going to be a problem. I'm just gonna do this for now. I know it's not right, but it's gonna work for the very moment. See? And of course we need to make sure that this guy doesn't bend as much as it does now, but we'll get there. So right now, when I press this in, the trunk does open. See? Of course, gravity pulls it down at the moment. And not even that. Okay. So basically, when this is happening, how much does it need to go down? Yeah, something like that. And then this can come in and lock. Of course, I think I should replace this with this for a smoother action. You know, when this guy comes in, that we have like enough room and everything. It's gonna engage it anyway. But what about this guy? What do we do? We need this to be put down. I mean, one option that we have would be replacing it with this. So now we have two opportunities to do something here. Obviously, this guy, this isn't the right place because it's gonna block this. So we cannot have that. What about this? What about this? We can place it like this even, and we have an opportunity here to pull it down. Maybe. There's no room for spring. That's what worries me. There's no room for a spring. Hmm. Okay, so hear me out. Obviously, there's not gonna be room for a spring here, and we're not gonna fit a spring either. What we are gonna do is we're gonna do basically the same that we did in not did that we are gonna do in the front. So with the hood, we're gonna put a spring in the valance. That's gonna basically It's gonna push our hatch up as soon as our lock is released, and this will automatically, it will automatically pull this out, and there's enough friction and everything here that it's not gonna go in by itself, or at least shouldn't. I guess we need to test this, of course. I think that would be a prudent approach, I guess. And we are gonna test this in a few moments, because obviously now that everything is assembled, we can just put this module of ours, if I may call it like this, in the car. Only thing I need to change is this lift arm, because this one is too long. No, come on. Okay. So our module is ready. Okay, nice. Yeah, we'll see. A spring is needed, absolutely, but we'll see. first hurdle, of course. There's gonna be hurdles. Now that we have this, guess what's happening? The reason for this, of course, is that this guy here is very slightly recessed in comparison to this. So that's gonna be an issue, of course, and we want it to be recessed. So what we can do here, and what we are gonna do here, is, of course, we need to rebuild our entire module so that everything you see here, no, you can't. Everything you see here is gonna be one stud further inside. Then it's gonna be all right. So the moment we installed it in the car, there were problems immediately, as usual. As usual. Well, all right. That's, you know, that's what we're here for. So. Okay, what do we need to change here in order to do this? Okay, this guy is gonna be a 5-stud axle, not 4-stud axle. This guy can stay the way it is. This guy needs to change because we need, I mean, no, it doesn't need to change. This guy can be the same as it is. We're gonna change well, other stuff. Let me just take a look at something. Okay. So essentially we want everything to be one stud further away from the wall here. Okay, we move this, this is not a problem. Then we move this guy. So what I'm thinking here is, obviously, that I would perhaps want the tongue sticking out of the trunk to be as close to the trunk as possible, and now we would be able to make use of this gap here to basically have the actuating tongue here. Only this would be half a stud. No, there's not going to be a spring here. There's not going to be a spring here at all. Just, I guess this is enough. This is enough. And here we can use Where's this? I'm missing this. Okay. What do you mean? In the description of every single video of the last 10 streams, if you open up the description, there is a link to the Discord. It absolutely is there. Okay, so that's nice. Right. Okay. See? Perfect. Come on. There. Of course, obviously this guy cannot be here. It's gonna be the only reason that we're gonna have interference with the rear valence. Okay. So let's get rid of it. Where would we put this? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The Q, welcome to our Discord. Come on. Oh. I mean, if it's too tight, we can, always. Yeah, it's too tight. We can move this over to here, and it's gonna be fine. There. Very good. Okay. So what is missing? Okay, this part can be in the air as it is right now. Don't care about it. Okay, this one is supported. Okay. Only thing we need to do is we need to support this guy so this doesn't happen. So basically, yeah, gonna try this. I mean, it doesn't have to be, you know, too tight, but this isn't really an anti-theft device that we are building here. It's basically so that the trunk doesn't open when the car is driving, or you put it on its roof. So you don't have to deal with the trunk constantly getting open, and because this is, you know, it's fun the first time, then it just gets frustrating. We can even use. I think we can even use these. Let's make this. Let's make this as perfect as possible. So if we have this, it's 1, 2, 3. In the middle, it's 1, 2. I can have this guy here. Okay. This, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, wait, I fucked up something. It has to be one stud further in this direction. Oh, really? Yeah, of course I have fucked up. Okay. Yeah, one stud further in this direction, and this needs to be this. Yeah, okay. I was trying to be too bold. Doesn't matter. But then if we go like that, we can use this, right? Yeah, we can use this, and we can use a 6-stud lift arm. I think. Is it 6 studs? Oh, a 5-stud is enough. Or is it? No, it has to be a 6-stud. Stupid me. Now I'm much happier with this. There we go. The feeling is, oh yeah, so much better. But you see, it's jammed. What the fuck? Okay. See what the problem here is. Right now, if when gravity opens our lock, okay, yeah, this happens. Full swing down. So we need to limit, basically limit the amount of space that this is allowed to go in this direction. Okay. Basically, how do we do this? If I only knew. Yes, you see, we need to, we mustn't allow it to go full swing, and it will, of course, on its own. So we need to limit its action to this. This is the maximum it can go on its own, and it will go full swing if we don't stop it. Because obviously we're gonna press this in fully, and this is gonna do nothing to stop it. Once it's locked, of course, there's no problem. But here we need to limit its action somehow. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. That's probably the biggest problem that we have. But first, let's install this in the car and see what happens. Because I'm curious. Okay, nice. It closes. And now here we need to create our tongue, so to speak. So basically the part that latches this. For this, of course, we're gonna take, now we're gonna take the whole hatch off. That's easier. My idea here would have been probably to go with something like this. something like this, you know. So this guy would live, because it's half a stud, it would allow us to allow it to have enough room to, you know, to slip between here. And then when we press this, of course it's released. So it's offset one stud off center. But obviously we cannot use this exact thing. What we can use, and what we will use, is this. The reason for this is very simple, and it's gonna be apparent the moment we take a look at the situation in the car. So the situation in the car is as follows. So if we remove this, you see we have this here, and obviously this is gonna sit here. To be precise, here. And now we're gonna make a mounting point for this here. Somehow, I mean, right now we're gonna do just something, you know, just a provisionary mounting point, just so we can see that the hatch even closes. I'm gonna take frame here just to have it as a template, and here we're gonna do a really ugly and crude mechanism. It's gonna be so ugly, like that. Then we need it. We're not gonna use this. Finally, a use for this part. Finally. I thought I would never use it. But even here, this part is useless, because I need an axle that's less, and I cannot pull anything through it because it's blocked in the side. Damn it! So the part is at the moment very useless. No, I tell you what, we're gonna do it like this. As I said, it needs to be quick and dirty, just so it holds, nothing more. And it's like where it's here, one stud off. Okay. Okay. Now just this guy. Okay. Because, you know, we need to end today's stream on a high. Okay. There we go. There we go. There. to open it. Haha! Who would have thought? I mean, obviously, it unlatched itself because it was allowed to slip. But it works! It freaking works! It unlatches itself, of course, because it does this. Okay? It slips out because it can move, but we are gonna prevent it from doing this. Yeah, okay. But we need to do something about this. Works. Works as intended. I don't know how much you can see. Yeah. So as we can see, the door has fallen off. The latch is freaking working. It's working. So I would say that today's stream was a complete success. Obviously, we have work to do, but I think that's great. I love it. It's exactly how it needs to be. It'll look a lot better when once this is all in the same color, and just imagine it. And here we're gonna have, of course, the rear lights, and then here is gonna be the number plate. Yeah, so I think that's it. So that's it for today's stream. Don't forget that the charger building instructions are available on the LPA Power shop. Yeah. A few things need to be ironed out. Yeah, like this, for example. Again, it jammed itself because it's allowed to turn the entire way, and it shouldn't. But when we pull it out and we don't allow it to slip to the side, it stays closed. The moment we allow it to slip, of course, yeah. Maybe we need this too. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for our purposes. It's good enough for what we need. Now that when you jump the car like this, that the trunk isn't flapping around. If we didn't have this, if we somehow did not have a trunk lock, which we can disable very easily. So now the trunk lock is disabled. Let's see what's happening. This is jumping around, and that's not what I want, or any of us. So it works. Anyway, as I said, charger building instructions are in the shop. Don't miss them. I mean, it's not like they're going anywhere, but thanks for watching, and I see you on Wednesday. No, come on. There we go.